everybody, I am here to show you how I have been applying my Maskcara Beauty Makeup lately. The process changes just depending on what my skin needs and some different colors that I've been experimenting with, and I haven't done a new video for quite some time, so here it is. This is what I'm doing now. We are in the fall. It is November, and I have recently been on fall break. So a couple weeks it's been, but I was in Florida, so I had a nice tan, and so that is starting to fade. My neck, of course, is always white because it always is, and my chest has really good coloring still. So I kind of have this blending to do here because my face and my chest are pretty close to the same color, but some covering needs to be happening with my redness, and then my neck needs addressed because it's just white and nobody likes a face that looks detached from the rest of your body. I know we've all walked around and we've seen people with big lines here, and I'm here to tell you we don't want that, and it doesn't have to be like that. So the only thing I've done is I have used my Milk Moisturizer. If your face is dehydrated, if it's dry, honestly, if you have redness, if you have breakouts, you need to get this system. My face has always been oily. It has been super red, and I have been acne prone forever. And I have tried so many things, prescriptions, over-the-counter things, and it just doesn't take care of like that deep problem that I've had. Since I've been using Maskcara Beauty's line, my face is so much better, and so much of my redness has disappeared. So this will get you extra hydrated, and I've always been afraid to use moisturizer because I was so oily, but really your face is oilier the drier it is, it needs some moisture in it, so it's overproducing that oil, because I never used moisturizer. So get you some of this, it's amazing. So I have this on my face. I've also been playing around with Urban Decay's De-Slick setting spray because the end of my nose gets really oily and my makeup slides and slips around. So that's all, sorry for the close-up, that I have on my face, and I'm going to get started. So if you're new here, Maskcara Beauty is all cream based, and this is wonderful for that airbrush look and for makeup that doesn't settle into those fine lines and wrinkles. To color correct, use this color, which is Goddess. Now obviously that's not anywhere close to my skin tone, but when you want to color correct and cover up things, you want to mask them and shadow them, not use a bright, lighter than my skin color concealer, which is what we've all been doing and plagued with. So this is the B-Squared Bronzer and Blush Brush. This is the short end, small end. I use this for everything but my contour. So by putting just a little bit of this darker color on my redness, it levels up to that color of the problem that I want to cover. And I have huge pores here and on my nose. It's bad. Lots of texture to my skin. So you'll see me dabbing and just kind of stippling the makeup on. If you have smooth, buttery skin, you can just swirl away and you will be fine. I just try and be a little careful. I don't want to accentuate and highlight all of those pores, and this makeup is great for covering that. Now obviously any makeup that you use, if you put on too much, it's going to look caked on, but with creams it blends out so nicely, and I'm going to use a beauty blender and I'll show you what that looks like too, to take off any excess so it doesn't look really cakey. Alright, so that redness has been leveled up to with the small end of my B-Squared brush. I had been Mango, which I will show you is this color over the summer. This is just a step down from the Goddess that I just put on, and Sandy is my typical color. Sometimes I go a little bit lighter, but not much, because of the texture on my skin. A lot of people think that they're actually lighter skin colored than they are, so they pick a much lighter foundation, and the lighter something is, the more everything shows. So you're going to be showing off any blemishes you're trying to hide, any fine lines. If you don't have the right color that you're wearing on your face, nothing's going to be masked. It's not going to look right, and it looks cakey and it looks flaky. So if you need color matched, you can message me. You can send me an email, teachingwithbeauty@gmail.com. You can DM me on Instagram. I'm Teaching with Beauty there as well. And I will get you color matched so you get the perfect shades just for you. So I use right now, I'm doing a combination of my summer and my winter color and just picking up a little bit of each color. And I always start down here on my jawline. Bring it down. Don't stop here, then you end up with that line. Bring it on down, up into your ear, and then I start moving up to that place where I had color corrected. And this just goes very gently right on top of that. Same over here. And I start back here, not here. This is where all of those pores are. So if I put all the makeup right here, it is going to just stick in there where I don't want that accentuation to be. And this cream is made to be a silky consistency, so it moves around on your skin. So it will spread and it will blend. I'm just doing a little tap and putting it on my face. Again, always coming up into the hairline and down onto your ear and your neck. So I sometimes just sweep any excess onto my eyelids. You don't have to. I do use a primer on my eyelids when I put makeup on my eyes. Today I'm just focusing this video on getting the coverage on your face. So you can see it's all evened out now. Everything is ready to go. So now that that is all one color and looking nice and smoothed out and even, I'm going to put just a little bit on my nose. I think I skipped that. I'm really careful with what I do to my nose because I don't want that to slip off. Now I have my wet beauty blender, so it's super big and fluffy. I soak this and then I wring the crap out of it and roll it around in my hand towel so it's just barely damp. And then just take this and you just press it against your skin. You're not rubbing, you're just tapping it against your skin. And this is going to remove any excess. So what you do want to think about is, did you cover any blemishes? If you have a blemish to cover, you want to use a brush. Let's see. Probably this end of the multitasker brush is the best because it will spot treat and just tap it right on top. I do that first. Now I've made a spot on my face. I do that first, just like this, and just kind of let that set up a little bit where it's called baking, and it's gone, before I put my all over foundation on. And you will notice that in Maskcara Beauty, the foundation color is called Highlight. All right, so when you're putting this, tapping this on, this removes any excess, so this will help you not look cakey. It also helps smooth and make an airbrushed effect. Now, I do not use this on my nose because my nose is so slippery with anything that I put on it that if I tap this on my nose, it's going to pull up a lot of the makeup that I don't want to pull up. So I avoid this with my nose. So if you're spot treating, you want to make sure that you don't use this too heavily on those spots. because you're going to have more layers of makeup. And so it's just thinking, you know, there's a lot of makeup right there. I need to get some off, and you're going to end up uncovering it. So think about kind of where your coverage is and what you're going for. I don't do a whole lot here, again, because I've got 2 layers there. I have my color correct and I have my all over foundation color. And if I use this too much on my cheeks, more of that will come off, and then that redness will come back through. All right, so that was all with the B Squared bronzer and blush brush, the color correct, and my all over color with the small end. This is like the holy grail of brushes. Now to put on my contour. I never contoured until I used Maskcara Beauty. It never worked out well. And what I love about the creams is that it's so forgiving. If you don't like it, you can just blend it on out and use the Beauty Blender and it will go away. I contour with the 30-second hack brush. This is a round end and this is a big tapered end. You will see a lot of people who love to use this, which is the detail hack brush. It's more rectangular in shape. I love this little guy for doing some eye brightening, but I just am not, I don't love using this for my contour. I don't feel like I have as much control, where other people feel like they have way more control with this. So it's just personal preference. This is the detail hack brush. I like the 30-second hack brush, and I honestly end up squishing it like that one. I just feel like I have more control, and I like that. This is my contour color. This is indigo, and I've moved into indigo from a lighter color in the summertime because my highlight color was so dark, and I just haven't left it. So to put your contour on, you want to find your cheekbone. So here you can kind of see where my cheekbone is. If you come from this part of your ear and push, you can feel your cheekbone, and that line is where you want to put your contour. Now if your cheekbone is curved, you want to follow the natural curve. You don't just want a line if that's not how your face is structured. Mine is, you can see my jaw just all straight. And you don't want to come out farther than the edge of your eye. You want to make your face look muddied. So I have that on, and I'm just going to place the makeup there so you can see the line. And then once you get it where you want it, you just blend it back into your ear and up. Do not blend it down. You're trying to merge your chin and your neck, and so if you make this darker, it's not going to look very good. So the contour colors, you will notice when you get yours that it's much thicker, it's denser in consistency, and that is because the highlight all over color is meant to move around your face and blend and all of that. I've got a nice spot over there today. Where your contour is not meant to move. Let me do a quick spot treatment there. And you will find too that once this makeup sits on your face for a couple minutes, it warms up and it just like melts and blends into your face so well. All right, so blend that contour up. What I was saying is that it is so much denser, the contour colors, because they're not meant to move around. You want them to stay in those places that you just want to create a shadow. You don't want that to melt onto your face and move around. So if you don't have a strong jaw like this, you might want to put some contour just along the underside of your jawline. So not up here and not under here where no one's going to see it, just right on the edge, and that creates a shadow. So if you feel like you have a problem, if you have a super round face, or if you don't really have much of a jaw, and when you look at yourself, you feel like it goes your face right into your neck, then you want to create that jawline for yourself using contour and shadowing that. All right, Beauty Blender. Just get any extra off. Now obviously there are more layers because you're putting more things on top, so just a very light hand, and I like to do that just to blend it all up and together. All right, I have been talking about this color Ruby. If you follow me on Instagram, I have been talking so much lately about this color because this is this color that scares people. This one. When I recommend this to people, they're like, that's dark, and I don't know if you can even see how bright it actually is. It looks like a lot of color. The great thing about mascara products is that they're so pigmented, it's going to last you forever. I have been using, I'll show you my other palette here, these colors for over a year, and just picking different ones throughout the year, and they're still not even showing a tin. Like, you can see the tin coming through because this is my highlight and I use that all over my face every day. So they last a long time. You don't need a lot. I like to use just my finger and just pick a little bit up. This is where people get scared. So your blush goes right above where your contour is. Start back here. You don't want all this color here. You want to keep this bright and opened. Right there. A bit more. Okay, so I still have a little bit left on my finger, and now it becomes my lip color. Just a little bit of pigment there. So these are all called lip and cheeks because you can use them on one or both. I have some colors that I love just on my lips because they're really glossy. There are some lip and cheeks that are super glossy, and then there are some that are matte. So just depending on what you want to go for. All right, so I have my ruby here on my cheeks. I'm back to my B-squared brush, the Holy Grail, small end still. And I'm just gonna start dabbing to spread that and then swirl it gently. When I come up front, I want to bring some of that color up front, but not right here. This is where all those pores are. And if I bring all the color here, first of all, I've just taken time to cover up all that redness, but I also want to keep this really open and not looking like a clown. So keep that back here. And if you ever feel like you put too much on, that's the great thing that I keep saying about creams, is that you can just blend them out. So look how nice that looks, and it's not crazy overpowering like it looks in the tin. But if you did feel like you got too much, you can use that fluffy end. Just flip your brush over and just sweep and swirl, and it starts blending out. You can also use your beauty blender. All right, so there are times that I will brighten under my eyes, and I use this Buffy brush. I use the small end. They're both angled. This is just smaller than this side. And this is great because you just make this upside down V here. Now, I am not going to do this today because I am going to go live on Instagram soon and do my eye makeup, and I like to put this on after in case there's any fallout. So I'm going to save that for another time. But if you are a bronzer kind of person, you are missing out in life if you do not have the Bella bronzer from Maskcara Beauty. It is amazing. So bronzer is different than contour. I always get that question. This is much warmer. This is denser and thicker in the consistency. This is meant just to be a very soft, sun-kissed look. It doesn't cover, it's not going to mask anything that you're trying to hide. In the summer, I can get away with just putting Bella all over, but that's because I'm so much tanner anyway. So it just evens out the redness a little bit, but it's not going to give me a lot of coverage. So I use the big fluffy end of this B-squared brush. Remember, I use this sucker for everything except for my contour because I need a thicker, denser brush for that. And just sweep and swirl. And you can go to town on the bronzer wherever you like to look bronzed. Some people put it all over their face. With bronzer, you kind of want to stick to that 3, unless you want an all-over tan look. And then this is how I merge my neck and my ear so that it matches the color of my chest, which is the color of my face. And my neck is nice and white, so I just bring this down. I have a child coming into the room. Here we go. And a dog. Welcome. Hashtag mom life. All right, so now my neck, come over here, please.
Okay.
Now my neck is the same color It's all merged and melted, and all I have to do is an eye to be ready. So I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, you can like and subscribe below. Leave a comment with your thoughts if you have questions, and if you are interested in being color matched, leave me a comment. You can email me at teachingwithbeauty@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram. You can come on over, follow me, send me a message on Instagram at Teaching with Beauty there as well. Bye.